Welcome to Tessel Bytes, where we serve you GIS in small bites. Today we'll discuss ArcGIS Pro, Relate, and Relationship class. In this video, I will discuss how to create a relationship between objects in the origin to the objects in the destination. This can be done either by creating Relate or using the Create Relationship class tool from the Data Management Toolbox. I will also discuss the difference between Relate and Join and the Create Relationship class. In this exercise, we will be using these two zip code areas from the Harris County and this hypothetical table that contains the data of some students from both the zip codes, and it also shows the graduation year and their universities. Now we want to associate these two data using the common field zip code. As we have seen previously in the join video, if we use table join, then that will append the attributes to the end of a table. As you can see it here, for each zip code we have the graduation year and the university. However, if we choose add relate instead of join here and use the zip code for associating these two data, the tables show no changes. But if I click one of these polygons, I can access the related student data with this particular zip code. Joins are best suited for labeling and symbology purposes, and relate or on-the-fly relationships are better used for improved editing performance. However, both joins and related information are stored in the layer properties. To access this information, double-click the layer to open layer properties and select joins or relates. Next, we will be discussing relationship classes. They help ensure referential integrity in the data. This tool creates a relationship class to store the association between fields or features in the origin table and the destination table. It stores the relationship class in the geodatabase. To create a relationship class, right-click on your geodatabase, New, and select Relationship Class. Inside the Create Relationship Class tool, you can see there are several parameters that defines how objects in the origin relate to objects in the destination. Once you have selected your origin and destination table, give your relationship class a name, and then under Relationship Type, there are two options, Simple and Composite. In our case, student data does not exist without the zip code, so we are choosing the Composite. Next are the path labels, Forward Path Label and Backward Path Label. Forward Path Label describes the relationship navigated from the origin class to the destination class. It will be students live in the zip codes. And Backward Path Label describes the relationship navigated from the destination to the origin class. It could be the zip codes contain students. In message directions, we will choose the forward origin to destination direction. Therefore, when we delete a field in students table, it sends a message to its related zip code objects informing them it has been deleted. Next, under cardinality, we have three options, one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. In this example, we are going with one-to-many relationship because many students can belong to one zip code. Finally, the origin primary key and the origin foreign key, they are used to link these two databases. Here we are using the zip code to relate them. Here we have created our relationship class under this geodatabase. As we have seen in Relate, there is no change in these two tables. But if we select this polygon, we get all the student information that belongs in this particular polygon. If we select this polygon here and click on Attributes, we can also access the same data. Finally, remember this relationship class is stored in the geodatabase, unlike the join and relate that are stored in the layer properties. I think this is a great stopping point. This has been Tessel Bytes, where we serve you GIS in small bites. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to visit us at www.tessellations.us. Also, subscribe and ring that bell.